Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from the U.S. Championships. We're at Full Sail University, and I thought I saw Scumpy's lookalike out there in the crowd. We have some OpTic gaming fans pretty excited about this one. They are facing off against the 11th-seeded Denial West.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup here as we see Scumpy's just hanging out, probably listening to dubstep or whatever it is he chooses to listen to.
Wub-wubbing a little bit.
Yeah, just wub-wubbing. Giving him some love here. You know, Scumpy, one of the players online who has just been shredding on the Xbox One. The switch from the Xbox One to from the 360 really puts a lot of emphasis on the sub users because, you know, it takes a little bit more skill to run the sub, so that's where you're going to see players like Scumpy actually shine.
All right, and will we see vectors all over the place like we saw when Complexity was running this map domination strike zone?
You should see a lot of vectors. I wouldn't be surprised. It comes down to personal preference, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least one vector coming out from OpTic, but definitely MTARs. And, you know, I think one of the main players I'm going to key on this whole weekend is Clayster. Clayster, a guy who lives in the hype, finally has the green wall behind him who brings the noise. It's going to be very interesting to see how he does with it.
That's right. Last time Clayster played in this venue, it was actually in that booth over there, and OpTic was over here. And Clayster was playing under a Complexity jersey.
Right.
So he was screaming. I know the fans here at Full Sail, a lot of them are returning from that fall invitational. They were cheering for Clayster then. I wonder how much louder they'll be cheering now that he is wearing that neon green. But OpTic going up against Denial West in my bracket. I had this as a 3-1 in favor of OpTic. What do you have?
I think if it's anything like the first matchup with, you know, the Halo Pros versus, you know, a dominant team, I think it could be a 3-0. A lot relies heavily on this Game 1. If Denial West comes out and can win Game 1, which it's going to be very hard. I think OpTic Gaming's very, very good at respawn. But if they can take it, then, you know, they're a good search team. But then again, you know, we only know so much about Denial West because they keep everyone in the dark.
You know, they've not been streaming their games. They've been keeping their strategies to themselves. Another former MLG champion, Enable, on this roster as he's making the transition to Call of Duty Ghost. You're also going to see them playing with Perplexed and Bloods, two guys that I always see in all of our online competitions. They've been around for years, and Strife is going to fill out that fourth. On the other side, everyone knows this green wall. Nadeshot, one of the most popular players in any competitive title. He has nearly 500,000 followers on Twitter. His YouTube channel has over 1 million subscribers. He is going to be playing with Scumpy, who is right behind him in terms of fandom. Clayster, he's become a household name starting back at Black Ops 2 with his incredible emotion that he pours out on the main stage. And then Embos. Embos is kind of the silent wonder on this squad for me. Doesn't get the recognition that the other three get all the time, but he brings a lot to this team. He's got a great SMG shot, and his grenades are exceptional when it comes to search and destroy.
Yeah, the one thing that's interesting about Embos is up until he joined, you know, this OpTic roster, he was traditionally always never grabbing the bomb. He never grabbed the bomb ever, and now on OpTic, he's grabbing the bomb, which means he's had to make a huge playstyle change going into this. So Embos is kind of my player to watch here just because, you know, there's times online where it's just kind of finicky. But domination strike zone here. You guys know how it goes. Pucky, give me the rundown.
Yeah, you know, 2 5-minute sides. We're going to switch sides at the half so that you're playing from each team's spawn. No advantage there. And, of course, you score points by holding down to the control point. Scott, we're going to start this one off as you're going to be jumping on board. Who you got here first?
I'm starting off board with Nadeshot here, and as I cycled through this whole right away, it just shows that it is a hard B push here as Nadeshot's actually rocking the Bulldog, has one guy in front of him, cleans him up, and now he's just going to wait for his teammates to kind of push in. He does have 2 more guys on B, and he's got to play this slow.
And we got a nade with the Bulldog, as you mentioned, in a perfect position with this weapon. So dangerous at short range. And you can see he's got that fast reload ability as well, rocking those perks. No need for his trophy system at this point. And look at this mini-map as I pull it up full screen. You're going to see Nadeshot watching the lone door. His teammates are going to circle back, make sure A's safe. And now, after hearing the call, Nade on the flank is going to pick up his 4th straight kill. Going for number 5, finally going to be cleaned up. But we're going to stay on board with him through the respawn.
I wonder if he's actually going to hold on to the Bulldog or if he's actually going to switch it up. And we do see it's a switch up here. So the big reason here, when you're pushing in on B, it's not a bad idea to see the Bulldog. We see Rambo runs it a lot sometimes. Complexity stays away from it, but Nadeshot getting yet another kill here with the nade, and it looks like they're going to be able to get this 2-cap.
And I love this crowd. With every kill that Nadeshot gets, there's a little bit more excitement. I just heard some clapping for a grenade kill. That's a first for me. But Nadeshot going to be pushing into B, making sure this is covered. All 4 of his teammates still up. Finally, 1 drops. His placer's picked off in the bar, and now Nadeshot has to rotate to cover it.
He has 1 guy, and he's able to get the 2-piece there. There's going to be another guy pushing front bar. His teammate gets cleaned up on the kitchen, and Nadeshot's playing very well off the break.
Near it's Scumpy's turn now in the bar. Picks up the kill on Perplexed. Meanwhile, Clayster taken down outside by Blood. So they're going to have to rotate around the map a bit to cover Clayster's position. It looks like that is Scump's exact direction. He is going to push out to middle of the map. His teammates are going to watch A and cover Courtyard. It's Scumpy's job to watch these top stairs.
Yeah, Scumpy now. That's not really a battle you want to get into with the sub right there versus an AR in the Courtyard versus Enable. But still, I mean, they're doing such a good job at just keep flipping the map and flipping it. I mean, Denial can't get to any kind of 2-cap at all. They try to push through Pro Shop and they get just shut down. They try to go into B and they're just getting dominated.
Nate is going to be fed some kills here, but no, he is turned and burned. That looks like it's Blood's getting in there, and he is going to pour out at B, unable to get in. But now we're switching over to Denial West, and I want to show you what is going on with this squad because they're only down 14 points after the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They can easily get back in this game. They just kind of contested C, making their push to A, but again, 3 down. Scump with the 2-piece, and then Clay finishing out the 3-piece. This is what they got to fix. They got to drop 1 or 2 players maximum at a time. They can't consistently have 3, 4 dead.
Well, they had the right idea as to just pushing right on A after they got B because C was being lost, but there's never a problem with going back and rotating to your home flag and taking that guy out. So many people get caught up with, the fast gameplay of domination on this map, where sometimes, it's fine to just rotate back to your flag.
Stripe on your screen now using his MTAR. He's picked, and Enable is going to be the last man standing on A. He's going to secure it. So this is A-B control. Just like that, they're going to get a little bit of momentum. Could start climbing back in the score. 59-42 at the moment. Now a 17-point advantage for OpTic.
Yeah, and right now Denial has a good setup here. They don't want to push up too fast, and there's 2 members of OpTic getting ready to push on A. Enable has 1 and cleans them up.
Nice job. Enable heating up here. 5 points free, now positive at 11-7. He also has 3 caps to his name, so doing quite a bit of objective, and nice job out-strafing Clayster in that last battle.
Yeah, there is 2 guys on A here as they're going to stop it, and now OpTic really trying to push through Pro Shop here. They haven't even looked at B, and the main reason they don't want to go B is because they know Denial West will just push right through Pro Shop, grab C, and then they're trapped in B.
Yes, you really want to act like you're contesting for B, yeah. but get A control if you're OpTic Gaming right here. And let's show you guys the Oracle mode. I know this is something a lot of people are asking for on Twitter. Oracle mode enabled. Only we can see this as spectators. The players do not have this vision in competitive play. It's not allowed. But we have Bloods spotting Clayster. Has more shots going down outside the bar, and Stripe's turn to try and fight in here. This is the push from OpTic they needed. Nadeshot again leading the way, now 15-9.
Yeah, dude, he is playing lights out here. He's got control of this. He's going to throw down the trophy. They're going to be able to get a 2-cap here as he cleans that up, and that's going to secure B. He has 1 guy pushing him, and he's going to be taken out.
A lot of people say that Nadeshot is the weak link on this OpTic Gaming squad, or at least that's kind of been the negative comments about Nadeshot that you'll see on Twitter. Not in this game, man. He's opened it up big with a 5-piece, and now he's going to finish the round 17-10 with 2 caps, 17-11 after that. And Scump heating up right behind him at 17-12 himself.
We got so caught up in talking about the players that we didn't realize that first sight of Dom is tied 78-78.
I saw it slowly climbing closer. I didn't think they were able to tie it up. Nice work, Denial. Once they got B control, man, that was kind of the game changer.
Yeah, well, it's so tough just because, OpTic is sitting there and they go, do we want to push through Pro Shop and get taken out by Enable who's camping a flag, or do we want to go into B? It's very tough, and one of the main things you'll see a couple teams do, Curse Las Vegas is notorious for it, is they send 1 guy bottom Pro Shop, and they send another guy top catwalk, and his main job is to cut everyone off in the catwalk. So he's baiting his teammate, and that's one way to do it. You have to basically be selfless. So as weird as it is you're baiting your teammates, it's really the way to do it.
So looking at these stats from Denial West, let's pull it up one more time full screen. They tied OpTic Gaming here, and they did it purely on teamwork and communication. everyone except for Enable really going negative. 13 and 15 from Strife. Bloods 11 and 16 and 9 and 15 from Perplex. But we saw Enable really catch fire. He went on a big 6-point streak, outslayed Clayster, and after that, they're feeling pretty good going into our next side even. Guys, we're going to take a 30-second commercial break. When we return, side number 2 of domination. It's all tied up 78-78 in our first round between Denial West and OpTic Gaming.